Hello students, we have completed the lesson number 8, that is quadrilaterals, construction and properties. Now we are going to study the next lesson, that is ninth lesson, that is discount and commission. Before starting with actual lesson, let us see what is discount and what is the commission. What is the difference between discount and commission? Now discount is given to the buyer, that is one person who is buying. Suppose we go to a shop, maybe now there is a sale, discount of 10%, discount of 20%. Everywhere you see the boards, right? Whenever you go in the market, you see such boards, discount of so much percent. So discount is always calculated in percent. That is, what do you mean by percent? Percent means out of 100. Whenever you see the word percent, or you see the sign, this is the percent sign. So whenever you read such things, this is 47%, means 47 out of 100. When we see the marks who students get during the SSC or HSC exams or any other exam, we always read that so and so student got 80%, someone got 70%. So what does that mean? That out of 100 the person has scored 70 marks, or out of 100 the person has scored 80 marks. So same way discount is the always calculated in percentage. So when I see a board stating that there is a 20% discount, it means that if I buy a object of 100 rupees, I will get 20 rupees, I will have to pay less. That is, I will have to pay how much there? I will only have to pay 80 rupees, because it is a 20% discount. So out of 100 it is 20. Suppose the object is of 200 rupees, then what will be the discount? See, out of 100 it is 20. So out of 100, out of 200 it will be 40 rupees. So if the object is of 200 rupees, I will have to pay how much rupees? I will have to pay 160 rupees only. So this discount is always calculated on percentage, and as the object price goes on increasing, or whatever price goes on increasing, the discount amount will also go on increasing. So that is discount. Generally we see, now this is a festival season, so we see the discount on clothes and the electrical appliances. There are online also there are big discount offers given on different sites. Different apps give different sites give different offers of discounts. Now let us see discount. Now let us learn about discount. We'll read this sum. Mr. Suresh owns a sari shop. The details of sale of saris and profit earned is given in the following table. So whenever there is a shop, the shopkeeper has to see how much profit he is getting. No one will do any business if they are not getting any profit. Without profit, no one will conduct a business. So this Mr. Suresh is also making a column and seeing how much discount, how much profit he got in the month of June and July. So sale in month. Now sale means whatever he has sold. This is not the sale which we see, that sale of that is not the sale. This is the sale which means that we go and buy something and the person sells us something. So sale in the month of June. Cost price of the sari. So if he sells a sari in rupees of 200 rupees, the cost price, that is the cost price. Cost price means for what he has purchased. See, the shopkeeper whom we take the goods, they don't make the goods in their shops, right? The saris or the dress materials or the grains, food grains, rice, wheat and all, they are not manufactured by the shopkeeper. He sells them. He gets it from somewhere, isn't it? He cannot, he cannot make it in his shop. So he gets it from somewhere. So same way this sari shop owner is getting the saris from somewhere. So the cost price is for how much he has purchased the sari. So he has purchased it for 200. Now when we purchase something and we want to sell it, so naturally the person is going to sell at a higher price, right? So when he purchases a sari of 200, he sells it at 250. 50. Why? Because he wants a profit. Na? He has to pay the rent for his shop. He has to pay the workers in the shop. He has to pay the electricity bill. So all that he has to pay. So where will he get that money? So whatever cost price is there, which he has to pay, he always sells the goods higher than the cost price. That is known as the selling price. So the difference between the cost price and the selling price is his profit or loss, that you have learned, I think, in 6th or 7th standard. If the selling price is more than the cost price, selling price means what the price at which he is selling a good. If it is more than the cost price, the person is getting a profit. But sometimes if the goods lie in the shop for a long time and there is no one to buy it, then the shopkeeper sells it for the lower price than the cost price. That is, if he's buying some object, say for 20 rupees, and no one is ready to buy it for 4 months, 6 months, then he tells it, okay, I will sell it at 15 rupees. So his cost price is 20, whereas his selling price is 15. Then he has incurred a loss, because how much he has spent? 20, but he is getting only 15 rupees. Same way here, now he has paid 200 rupees for the sari, and he is getting 250. So here it is a profit on each sari get 50. Now number of saris sold is 40, so his profit will be 50 into 40, that is 2000. So for each sari he get 50 rupees. So for he sells 40 saris, so he gets 2000 rupees. Now in July, what happens? He says that now there is I want to give a discount. So what he says, his cost price is same. He has bought the saris for the same 200 rupees, but selling price is rupees 230. What he tells, that I am going to give a discount. I am going to give a discount of, say, some percentage. So naturally, when people see the discount board, they will go and buy more. So in July month, same thing happened. When he put up a board of discount, what happened? Many ladies went to buy the saris, and he kept the price of the sari as 230. So he earned 30 rupees per sari. Here he is earning 50 rupees per sari. Okay, but he sold only 40 saris, so he got profit of 2000. Whereas here what happened, when he said now I am going to give a discount, many ladies went and he sold 100 saris. So how much profit did he get? He got 3000 rupees. So even though his selling price was less over here, he got more profit. Why? Because he sold more saris by giving a discount of 20 rupees per sari. So per sari, how much discount he gave? 20 rupees. Earlier he was selling for 250, now he is selling for 230. So each sari he said, I will give a discount of 20 rupees. So he sold more saris. From the above table, it is clear that the discount is given on each sari during the sale in July. So for each sari here he gave a discount. The profit on each sari is less. So for one sari, what is the profit here? 50. Here the profit is 30. So profit for one sari is less, but overall profit, he gets more profit. But the total saris for a month, if we consider, now here we are considering one sari, then the profit is more in June. But if we consider for the whole month, the profit is more in July. The profit on each sari is less, but the total saris sold are more. Hence, overall, there is more income for Mr. Suresh. So, have you understood this part? Now, let us go to the next part. See, each item to be sold has a price tag on it. Whenever we go to buy something, we see the price tag. Na? The price on the tag is the marked price. Marked, not market. This is not market. Marked price. Marked price is whatever the shopkeeper wants to sell, that is the marked price. Shopkeeper offers discount on the marked price. So shopkeeper, what he says, there is a discount on the marked price. While selling the object, the actual amount by which he reduces the marked price is called the discount. So hence the selling price, what is the selling price? Is marked price minus the discount. Suppose the shopkeeper says I am going to give 20 rupees discount. So this 20 rupees discount is on what? On the price tag which is attached to that sari or to that shirt or to that pant or to whatever object we are buying. There is a price tag, that is a marked price. So whenever discount is given, it is given on the marked price. So the selling price means at which he is selling. Suppose I go to a shop, I buy one sari, the marked price on that is suppose 500 rupees, and the shopkeeper says that there is a discount of 50 rupees. So how much will I have to pay? The marked price is 500, the discount is 50 rupees. So I will have to pay, the selling price for the shopkeeper will be, for that sari will be 500 minus 50, that is 450. So generally discount is given in terms of percentage. Now here example which I told, it was direct 50 rupees discount, but many times, as I told you earlier, discount is always in percentage. A 20% discount, the same thing which I told you, implies that an item should be sold by reducing the marked price by 20%. That is, if the marked price is rupees 100, a discount of 20 is given on it. Hence the selling price will be 100 minus 20, that is rupees 80. In such a transaction, if the discount is X percent, now instead of 20, now for calculation let us take that the discount is X percent, then X upon 100 is equal to discount upon marked price. X upon 100 is what? Percentage. Now X, this X percent means X upon 100. It is not 20% means 20 upon 100. 30% means 30 upon 100. 40% means 40 upon 100. So whenever we say percentage, it is out of 100. So whenever you want to write any such term, X percent, in this form it will be X upon 100. So what is X upon 100 is discount upon the marked price. Therefore discount is equal to, we are coming to a formula now how to find out discount. So discount will be marked price multiplied by whatever it is, 15%, 20% upon 100. Remember this formula, this is very important. Why? What? How do we calculate the discount? We calculate the discount by, on the marked price, by using this formula. I'll just mark this you have to mark in your textbook also. So what is the discount? It is marked price. Marked price is the price tag multiplied by X. Now what is this X? It is the percentage of discount. Suppose the shopkeeper says 15%, so this will be 15. If he says it is 30%, this will be 30. X will be 30. So whatever discount offered, that amount will be X, and upon 100. For more information, at present, online shopping of books, clothes, mobiles, etc. is more popular than going to the market. Yeah, as I told you, there are many now at present also there is big sale going on online on various sites, so that it is more popular because people don't have to go out, they don't have to bring all the things, they don't have to travel a lot, the thing comes directly to their house. The companies which sell their goods online do not have to spend much on shops. Now why it is profitable? See, online shopping is profitable to the customers like us who are buying. It is also profitable to the sellers, because suppose a sari person has to wants to sell saris or wants to sell some electrical appliances, he has to have a shop. To have a shop, he has to rent some place, he has to pay for the bills, he has to pay for the salesman. So if he is selling online, he doesn't have to pay any rent, he doesn't have to pay extra electricity, he doesn't have to pay for the workers, he can sell it from his home. Okay, that's why online shopping is and so he can offer more discount. If there is online, he doesn't have to spend on shop or anything, so he can give more discount to the customers. These companies not only give a discount but also give free home delivery. So in he has to spend much less money, so he can afford to give home delivery, so he can keep one person to deliver the things to everyone's houses. Now let us see the solved examples. The marked price of a book is rupees 360. So one book in the shop, the price on the book is 360. The shopkeeper sold it for rupees 306. How much percent discount did the shopkeeper give? So the price was 360, but the shopkeeper sold it for 306. So what how much discount he has given? So solution, marked price is rupees 360, selling price is 306. Therefore discount, how much he gave? 360 minus 306, that is 54 rupees. Now this 54 rupees discount is given on which marked price? On 360. So on marked price of 360, the discount is 54 rupees. We want what? Percent discount. So percent means always out of 100. So on 360 the discount is 54. Therefore if the price is 100, the discount, let it be X. Let us assume that it is X. So now discount, this formula, discount upon marked price is equal to x upon 100. Now what is discount? 54. Marked price is 360 is equal to x upon 100. Therefore x is equal to, keep the x over here, then the 100 will go to the other side, it will go up. So 54 into 100 upon 360. By cancelling the 0, then we can cancel this. I'll show you the cancellation, how they got this. Yeah, see here, this 0 cancels. Now 54 and 36, I can divide it by 6. 6 are 36, 6 into 6 9s are 54. Again this 6 and 9 I can divide, 3 2s are 3 3s are, and this 2 with this 10, 2 1s are 2 5s are, so 5 into 3 15. So what is this? This is the percent discount. So 15% discount is given on the book. Okay, so you have to remember these two formulae. Now let us see the second example. The marked price of a chair is rupees 1200. A 10% discount is given on it. Calculate the discount and selling price. See here. Now in the first sum we found out percentage discount. Here now percentage discount is given. We have to find out the selling price and the discount, how much is given. Now they have done by two different methods. Let us see this method. Now marked price is rupees 1200, discount is 10%. So what is the ratio? Discount with the formula which we have here, discount upon marked price. So discount upon marked price, let us assume that the discount obtained is rupees x on the marked price of the chair. So it will be x upon 1200 is equal. Now how much is that discount? 10%. That is, if the marked price was 100, the discount was 10. So this is the ratio, 10 upon 100. So x upon 1200 is equal to 10 upon 100. Now keep the x over here, take the 1200 to the other side. It will be x is equal to 10 upon 100 into 1200. These two zeros cancel, 120. So discount is rupees 120. Now this discount, how much will be the selling price then? This is the marked price, discount is 120, so 1200. Selling price is marked price minus discount, that is 1200 minus 120, 1080. Therefore price of a chair is 1080. Now the second method of doing this sum is, now 10% discount is given on the marked price. Therefore if marked price is 100, the selling price will be how much? 90, isn't it? 10% discount is given. So if it is 100, subtract 10, so 90. So when the marked price, therefore when marked price is 1200, selling price will be x. X upon 1200 is equal to 90 upon 100. Here what happens? Here we directly get the selling price, whereas here we get the discount and then we find the selling price. Here we get the selling price and then we find the discount. You can do the sum in either of the way. It is, both are correct. So go through the sum again and again and try to understand it properly. Now let us see the third sum. After giving a discount of 20%, a sari is sold for rupees 1120. Find the marked price of the sari. Here they have asked for the marked price. So discount is given how much? 20%. Means if the sari was for 100 rupees, 20% discount is given, so the sari is sold for 80 rupees. But instead of 80, now the sari is sold for how much? 1120. Suppose the marked price was 100, the discount was 20. Therefore, the customer got it for 80 rupees. That is, if selling price was 80 rupees, the marked price was 100, isn't it? The sari was sold for 80, but what was the marked price? 100. So, let us assume that the actual marked price was X. Therefore, 80 upon 100. Why? 80 was the selling price and 100 was the marked price. So, this is the selling price. The marked price is X. Now, how will we now? We want to find X. But X is in the denominator. So, what we will do? We will take X this side. So, it will be this step they have omitted. It will be X into 80 upon 100 is equal to 1120. Now, keep the X over here. This 80 will go down, this 100 will come up. See here, x is equal to, x is left kept over there. So this is 1120 multiplied by 100 upon 80. So we cancel this 0. We can cancel with this 0 also, or this any one 0 you have to cancel, not both. So this now here it is 10, here is it is 2 4s are 2 5s are. Now this 100 1120 we can cancel. 4 1s are now this 11 na 4 2s are 8, 3 will remain, 4 8s are 32 and this one 0. So 280 into 5, 280 into 5, that is 1400. So the marked price of the sari was 1400 rupees. So I hope I have explained to you the discount, and we have seen the 3 solved examples. So just you go through the solved examples. After watching this video, you take out your textbook, read these solved examples again, then read the example number 4 and 5 also. In my next video I will explain these two also, but you go through and see if you can, if try to understand on your own. Listen, students, always you have to try to understand by reading the sums what is to be done. Try to find out on your own, because in the exams the same sums are not going to come, or teacher is not going to come and explain to you what is to be done. You have to do on your own by understanding the sum. So try to understand the sum in your own way, both the sums till here. And next video I will explain to you these two sums, and we will start with the practice set of 9.1 in the next video.